One of the hot topics here at the convention is how Trump's second term is impacting trade in the ag industry. I met with Andrew Brandt, Director of Trade Policy for the U.S. Grains and Bioproducts Council. Andrew, tariffs are obviously a big topic in agriculture right now. How are they impacting the industry?
Well, that's a complicated question. President Trump is using tariffs as a leverage and a negotiating tool to try and ultimately, I think, open up market access to get more of our products overseas, specifically in agriculture. We are, the United States is an agriculture exporting powerhouse. And so there, in the short term, there has been some consternation and some disruption, we'll say. But I think ultimately the goal here is he is using tariffs as a leverage to open up new market access in places like Southeast Asia, hopefully the EU, places like that. So, choppy waters now, but hopefully smooth sailing ahead with the tariffs.
You mentioned that this is not a quick fix. Can you kind of walk me through the timeline that you guys are anticipating?
So I think, this whole reciprocal tariff process that President Trump kicked off with, as he deemed it, Liberation Day in April, this is an entirely new process, unlike anything the world's ever seen. It was much quicker. We have the WTO, and those negotiations can drone on for decades. A fisheries subsidies agreement took like 22 years at the WTO. President Trump and his reciprocal tariff approach here is like the exact opposite of the slow, meandering negotiations at the WTO. So he has, landed a number of deals now, specifically with like a bunch of countries in Europe, as well as Asia, the larger economies there, Japan, South Korea, and some new ones, Cambodia, Vietnam. Some of those are in different stages. Some of those are in, say, like the framework where they have a high-level agreement and they're still ironing out some of the details. And then we have to wait for those details to see kind of the implementation timeline for those. I can say what we've seen thus far from a lot of these deals is the implementation timelines happen pretty quick.
Are there certain commodities we're seeing in the ag marketplace that these tariffs are impacting positively rather than negatively, and vice versa?
I think overall, most ag commodities stand to gain from this. I don't know of any ag commodities or groups that are saying, like, I think we're going to be worse off. I think the approach in different countries, some countries are doing purchase commitments. We saw that in President Trump's first term with the phase one deal with China. So those are a little more easily quantifiable. If country X says, I'm going to buy 100 metric tons of this, that's very easy to see the gain there. But I think overall, all U.S. commodities should gain from this process.
It's certainly going to be interesting to follow. Thank you for joining me today, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching AGWEEK TV on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday.